certainly will have some Kannada words for you. At least I'll be able to speak at least a sentence or two. So it's a great pleasure to be partnering here with two significant events. The first one is the Super Sikh Run, and the other one is the Tour of Karnataka. Now, both are very, very important events for us. Both are very prestigious events for us. And it's an absolute pleasure to be here. So we are very pleased and honored to have amongst us here. We've got Gulbanak, who couldn't make it today, but she will be there for the next following events. We've got Chetan here, who conceptualized the TOK run and has been running with it, has been cycling with it for the past couple of years, and they start again in 4 days' time. We've got Thomas Bobby Phillip here and Satish Adanki here. And we've also got Gurpreet here, who conceptualized, they came up with and Rajiv, who came up with the Super Sikh Run and have been working tirelessly at it for the past many, many years. So the Hero Electric One Race Half Marathon started in 2016, and we've been proud partners of Super Sikh One Race for the past couple of years. This is a race which has been a catalyst for transformation, inspiring runners to take up Seva, not just about the running concept, running part of it. So while the fundamental is about running, but there's also a very, very strong element of Seva, which is in terms of, giving back to the community, giving back to the people, taking care of people. And that's a very, very important factor for us as a company, as individuals, as all of us who are involved into this. This race stands for oneness and humanity, and believes while fitness and body are fitness and body and thought are important factors of it, giving back to the society and the community is also a very, very important factor. It's an absolute pleasure for us to be a part of the Seva community. The prestigious run is going to be in Bangalore, and it embodies one race, one human. And last 2 years, we've seen a lot of changes in our lifestyles in terms of we've all gone, a lot of us have actually started taking up more healthier lifestyles. Unfortunately, we're getting back to what we were pre-COVID in terms of the travel, in terms of the traffic, and also in North in terms of the pollution, etc.
Started in 2015, a small group of us, we thought Karnataka is a beautiful place, let's explore it on a bicycle. So then we gave it a shape, and when we announced, we had already about 16 riders signing up for the tour for the first edition. So we just improvised on that, and this went on for a few years. Then we kept adding new things to enhance the experience to the riders. And in 2020, when we were preparing for the 6th edition, COVID hit us. So we were not sure whether we'll be able to conduct the event. So we decided finally, after we are out of lockdown, that we'll go ahead with the tour with a minimum riders. And that's when Hero Electric came into picture. So that was a turning point for TOK, because with Hero Electric coming in, they gave us more freedom to include a lot of things to enhance experience to riders. And I would like to thank Naveen for staying with us for the last.
This was the day 2 of the tour of Karnataka, and we set out at 6:30 in the morning, and we rode into the Bhadra Reserve in the state of Karnataka. For people who don't know what Bhadra Reserve is, it's one of these biospheres in Karnataka, extremely rich, extremely diverse in animal life, in plant life, bird life. So this was about a 25 kilometers ride into the jungles, and mind you, it was the first time that I was experiencing a jungle on a saddle. Typically we all we drive through forests. And this was the first time I experienced a jungle through all my senses. Most times we experience it visually, but when you smell the jungle, when you hear the jungle, the experience is absolutely meditative. And that to me is the tour of Karnataka. Karnataka is a very, very rich state, as you mentioned. The splendor of jungles, oceans, mountains, people. That's what makes this state. And to traverse through on the bike, 100 of us through the state of Karnataka is the tour of Karnataka. So what the tour does really is that it brings together a community of people, a community of everyday riders, everyday people who come for the love of riding and come together and build a community to love, to laugh, to have fun. And also there are riders who come with great accomplishment. After me, there is one such rider who will talk to us, but it is also important to learn from such riders. So it's a great community. So this is the symbol, and this is what Tour of Karnataka is. And for me as a rider, I take time off every single year to come in and be a part of this ride. On the other side, what does Hero Electric stand for? I have had the pleasure and privilege of knowing Naveen for over 6 years very, very closely as a key stakeholder. And one thing that I've seen Naveen represent and symbolize is that he is truly the father of the electric vehicle and electric revolution in India.
Cadence 90 as Cadence 360. It really struck me there. The reason is the 90 stands for the number of revolutions the pedal moves, the wheel moves per minute. In the literal sense, it could also mean 360 degrees is what the entire world around us is, and Cadence 90, I'm sure, will take Tour of Karnataka to much bigger heights, and also many more places which are still undiscovered in Karnataka, and as well as outside Karnataka and outside India also. And coming to the cycling part, Vivek clearly described what the Tour of Karnataka is, leaving very little for me to, further add. But myself, I love biking, I love cycling, very long distances, and where the Tour of Karnataka film said it's a meditative experience, and it truly holds good in my perspective. But when it comes to Tour of Karnataka, I love participating in it. Like all the 7 editions, I have been part of it. Come what may, all our schedules can stay aside, and we just make sure that we participate in this. It's become an annual pilgrimage for many riders in the Tour of Karnataka. I can pick at least a couple of dozens of them who have always been very staunch participators of this event. I thank Chetalram for spearheading such a beautiful concept, bringing in the various aspects into cycling. Cycling can also be fun. That's the part which he has really highlighted. And the Tour of Karnataka is best when you experience it.
And I've been following this event on Facebook for a while when Gurpreet first started, and I was very impressed because I continue to work on Punjab and the Sikh community. But when they came here to look up venues and all that, we decided to meet at a cafe. And I said, how can you do this without coming to a dosa place? So we packed ourselves into cars and we went to a dosa place and started from there. I'm very excited to be here, but also I don't know why I'm here. Because if people call me to talk on writing or politics, then I sort of know what I'm doing. But I'm just a walker. I'm not a runner, I'm not a cyclist, though I love both those things. I used to cycle at one time. But even more exciting for me is that as they come to Bangalore, as they come to South India, they already collaborate with a group which is already into riding in Karnataka. And I think these Karnataka rides are actually quite brilliant. I've heard a lot of things, good things about them from people. The reason Gurpreet wanted me to be here actually is to talk a bit about one race. But before that, I noticed today morning, I noticed a very interesting tension in a good way in this kind of an event. Because you see, running, and even in the cycling film we saw that the primary instinct there is meditation. It is being one with yourself. It is a solo event. The runner continues for the marathons or for short sprints or for whatever kind of running they do, but they're always in touch with themselves. And yet, and same with cycling. When I used to cycle in Karnataka, I used to feel that sense. And even now that I walk, I like to be with myself, just listening to your own inner self, thinking about things. I hardly use podcasts when I do that. But here is a group event where each runner or cyclist will be in a space where they can do their own meditation.